Um, ah, I hope I'm live now. I'm gonna wait for a few seconds because it doesn't actually say that I'm live or I'm saying, oh, here we go. Okay, it is working. Since we're all in quarantine, or however you pronounce that in English, we're all a little bored, maybe, perhaps. So I wanted to share some fun and interesting stories, and I wanted to tell you what has worked out for me when it comes to manifesting people into my life, especially guys. So I have had three amazing manifested. Yeah, that's a German way to show three. I have had three amazing manifestations happen within the last 1.5 years, where I just asked the universe for something and then it became true. Like literally a few hours later. So I'm going to share that. And if you want, say hi in the comments. Tell me about your manifestation successes. Share with me your amazing stories of how you manifested maybe your partner or another person in your life, whatever it is. Um, okay, so let's start with the first story. It's the best one. Like it's the one where you see that this shit works. So the first one is, it was towards the end of last year, and it was a Friday evening, and I had planned to go out to a birthday party, and I was just like, let's manifest a guy. Why not? Because I ain't got nothing else to do. So to my spirit guides, and I said, okay, spirit guides, bring me a guy who is handsome, who I can have great conversation with, and who I can talk about this universe stuff, and who's just amazing all around. So I go out and I go to my friend's birthday party, which was in Cape Town at a place which was like really nice, and this guy was already there. However, he had not spoken to me yet at this place. So then I end up meeting a new friend and a new girlfriend of mine. Then we go to eat and we go to another place, a dance place. And comes out that this guy that was already at the birthday party, he's friends with my friend. So then he starts speaking to me. He's like, hey, are you spiritual? Because I can see your tattoo. And I was like, I looked at him, I was like, yes. And we just started talking. And 10 minutes later, I told him, I was like, you know what? I ordered you from the universe today. Like I said, I want a handsome guy who I can have great conversation with, who I can talk to about this universe stuff or whatever. Then the kicker is that he tells me, I manifested you too. I manifested a beautiful girl with blue eyes who I can have great conversation with and who's just amazing all around. I was like, shut the fuck up. Are you kidding me? Right? And then his name was the same name as my spirit guide's name. Ooh, did you just get chills? Like, I get chills every time I tell this story. It's so super amazing. I love it. Okay, that was the first story. And after all the stories, I have two more. After all the stories, I'm going to get into how to do that, how you can do that. Second story is, God, oh, it's a great story as well. So, there's a lot of universe stuff in this. So I manifested somebody also before I met my oh, by the way, end of the story of my universe guy is that we are just friends now because we didn't manifest a relationship, but we hung out for like 10 days and we were like an old married couple. We were finishing each other's sentences, and we still do to this day when we hang out because we're just friends. But nothing happened and we're not in a relationship. But it was a great time and we're still great friends and I love him. So if you see this, mwah. Okay, next story. So that was at the beginning of my time in Cape Town. I was just like, just looking for some fun. So universe, bring me an amazing guy who is absolutely super cool and amazing and who I can just have fun with. So I go on Bumble, taking inspired action, right? So I go on Bumble. I meet this guy. Let's call him the artist. Okay, the artist. The artist had a mutual friend of mine in LA because they were both doing the same kinds of sports. It's a very, I don't want to say too many details because, I want to keep their identity hidden. So it was a very specific sport. And so he knew somebody in LA that I knew as well. So that was cool. And we were chatting and we were really getting along and everything. And it was super cool. And then he just stopped texting me. And I was like, oh man, I was kind of bummed about that. So then, but then I was like, okay, universe, bring me something better. So the universe brought me something better, like literally that day. And I meet this guy, and I'm gonna call him Fitness Freak because he's a fucking fitness freak. He did the same sports as the other guy. He did the same sports as the guy who is the who's the artist. So I already knew those two may know each other. So anyway, I go on a date with the fitness freak, and he was as the universe, as I had asked from the universe. He was amazing. He was super cool. We had fun. It was a great time. But then, so then we still talked, but from his side, it was kind of like, okay, it was kind of over. But then a week after we had our date, he sends me a selfie together with the artist. And the artist texted me too. He was like, oh man, I'm kind of bummed now because you seem like such an amazing person. Like, he's only telling me good stuff about you, but I'm so glad that it's him because he's also such a great person. So I'm really happy for you guys, blah, 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 blah. So the artist was a little bummed that he just ghosted me, right? Obviously. So then the fitness freak just like pretty much stops texting. And I asked him though, I was like, hey, we had such a great time. You were even mentioning that you wanted to meet me again. Like, what happened? He's like, oh, I'm just busy, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, whatever. That's fine, cool, whatever. So literally after like 10 minutes after that conversation, the artist texts me and I'm like, what the fuck, did they talk or something? Because then he was asking me about getting a hypnosis session with me because he was feeling low and stressed and whatever. And I was like, okay, like, you can come to my workshop and then we can see because last time you ghosted me, obviously, so I don't want to, put any effort in. I told him that, and then he was like, he stopped texting again. I was like, wow, okay. So about 2 or 3 weeks after that, I go out to the mall, and who do I walk into? Into the artist. The artist was there, and he first he was like, you could see that he's like, I kind of recognize this girl, but I kind of don't. And then I walk up to him, and I'm really close to him. He's like, oh my god, Jenny, what the fuck? Da, da, da. So we saw each other in person for the very first time, and then he was all like, oh, you have such great energy, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, yeah. But yeah, he's out because obviously he says he's in a gray zone. So I'm like, nah, don't do that. So then, like 2 months later, I have a vision board party with my girls, 6 of them, right? And we have like 25 magazines where we cut out stuff for our vision boards. And one of my friends, she's like, hey, Jenny, this is totally your type. She hands me the magazine, and it was the fitness freak on the cover of the magazine. I'm like, been there, done that, girl. Don't need that anymore. And then I'm out with my universe guys somewhere in a club, actually the club where we met, or the place where we met. And then I see the fitness freak there. This town, Cape Town, is so small. Everything happened in Cape Town. So yeah, these two manifestations worked, and then here's the third one. That was a crazy one too. So when I was in Cape Town like 1.5 years ago, I told everybody that I'm ready to meet my twin flame. I'm like, I'm so ready. And at that point, I had the notion of the twin flame that it was going to be like my partner for life, my soulmate, my everything, like who's going to not complete me because I know I have to be completed by myself, but who's going to just compliment me in the best way possible. And so I told everybody that, and I told the universe that I was like, universe, I'm ready, you know. And then my coach at the time, she was like, Jenny, what are you doing to meet your twin flame? I'm like, ugh, I hate Tinder. I'm done with Tinder. I don't want to be on Tinder. Blah 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 blah. And so she's like, well, go on another app or just do something because if you sit at home, you're not going to meet anybody. I was like, you're right. Okay. So I go on Bumble and I meet this guy. Let's call him let's call him Aaron. Let's call him Aaron. So I meet this guy Aaron, and Aaron and I were texting, and then he's like, "Hey, do you want to meet up on Tuesday? Let's go to this bar, and yeah, let's go there." I said, "Okay, let's do it." And then later he texts me. He's like, "Hey, can you actually bring a friend because I kind of double booked myself, and I don't want to let either of you go, but I really want to meet you, and so can you bring a friend?" And I'm like, "What is this?" Okay, fine. So back then, I didn't know that many people in Cape Town. Mind you, I didn't know anybody who would go on a blind date with me. But I met this really cool and amazing girl. Shout out to you. Mwah, you know who you are. I love you. Um, I met this really amazing girl, and I asked her, I had only met her once on a hike. So then I asked her, I was like, hey, are you down for a double date? She's like, why not? So me and her, we sit in a bar. We sit in the bar, and Aaron is like, yeah, I'm late, blah, blah, blah. So I say, okay. Then he comes, and behind him walks one of his very good friends, my twin flame. And I look at my twin flame, I'm like, fuck, oh my God, I want to meet this guy. I want to get to know him. Like, I instantly knew, I was like, wow, I have to meet this guy. Like, there's something there. Like, I really need to meet him. So I was like, this is going to be awkward. It's going to be an awkward date, but let me see what happens. Maybe Aaron is really nice. Maybe I get along with him. So we sit there at the bar, and my friend is talking to my twin flame, and I'm kind of like trying to overhear what they're saying, and I'm trying to overhear how it's going there. And I'm just like, fuck, really want to talk to this guy. But I was talking to Aaron, right? So Aaron was an amazing person, really nice guy, very, very great person. But nevertheless, I could not stop thinking about or, listening to my twin flame guy. So I, sometimes we had a little conversation, obviously the four of us. But then actually my friend ended up leaving, and then me and my twin flame and Aaron, we ended up going to a karaoke place, and I was just like, oh my God, I want to talk to this guy. I can't do it yet. And so then oh my God, I'm just seeing the comment. Okay, can you specify that, Troy, please? He says, "Man, I miss dating European girls. Y'all are so easy to fool." Well, tell me what you mean by that, please. I want you to expand. But anyway, so my twin flame, um, yeah, back to my twin flame. Um, the next morning, I take like it was like 6 o'clock in the morning or something. I woke up. I was like, "Fuck, I need to do this now." So I texted Aaron, and I was like, "Aaron, um, I am sorry, but it's your fault. But you brought this guy that I really want to meet and really want to actually get to know. Like, I really had a great time with you, but I just I can't help myself. Like, I just really need to get to know this guy, your friend." And he's like, "Man, I knew I shouldn't have brought this motherfucker." But then he ended up giving him my number, and so we ended up, you know, dating, and we ended up having the best time ever. And back then, still, I read all the good stuff about the twin flames, and I refused to read the bad stuff, but I knew there was some bad stuff. And then eventually, more and more of the bad stuff, not bad stuff, but the twin flame stuff came up where it says your twin flame can teach you the biggest lesson in your life, and sometimes they're just there for that. You don't have to end up being with them, they can just teach you the biggest lesson. And so relationship ended. He said he doesn't love me anymore, so I was really fucking hurts. But he, nevertheless, I still like have love for him and I'm at peace with the situation. But he really taught me, um, he brought me to myself. He was a big part of who I have become, and he brought me to myself, really. So it was a really still an amazing connection, and I wouldn't miss it for the world. So yeah, that's how I manifested three amazing people, and I want to share with you now what you can do to do the same. So first of all, you have to order whatever it is that you want from the universe. Mind you, I never manifested a relationship with either of these guys. I never said I want to work in a relationship. Yes, I said I want to meet my twin flame, but I forgot to manifest my relationship. So with neither of them, I'm in a relationship and I didn't manifest any. So be as specific as you want. If you want to be in a relationship, meet your partner, blah blah blah, do that. Like manifest that. Order that from the universe because the universe will bring you whatever it is that you asking for, like literally everything. So be as specific as you can. I wasn't specific with the looks because the universe knows my type, I think. So I didn't have to be really specific with the looks. Um, Next step is to be sure and to feel as if your wish is granted. You know, be grateful. Just say, thank you, universe, for granting me my wish. And thank you for bringing that person to me. Then you have to take inspired action. Like if I had sat at home all the time, probably wouldn't have met any of them. Or, you know, not went on Bumble. So I probably wouldn't have met any of them. So really take inspired action, whatever you feel like doing. If it's going out, if it's going on Bumble, if it's doing something that'll go into an event where you can meet that person that you want to meet. And then the most important thing is let that shit go. Like that's when it works for me. Like manifestation works for me so well in this area because I just let go. I can just say, whatever happens, I'm happy to meet people. I'm happy to make new connections. I'm happy to, you know, dive deep into whatever it is that I wished for. And that's how this happened. I just let go. I was just like, poof, just letting it go. So yeah, that was these are all my stories, and I hope you like them. And I hope you can, yeah, manifest the person that you want into your life. Yay! I'm just reading the comments. So, um, one of them says, I manifested my husband twin flame. So good, it works. Your story sounds so familiar, kind of similar. Yes, Liz, I love it. I love it. This shit works really. So I'm so happy. And then I'm reading another comment. Please give me my twin flame, tall, athletic girl, funny, loving, charismatic, come from good family. Familyhood? Rich. Hood, rich. I don't know. Thank you so much for all your comments. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it. And please share with me your stories in the comments. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye. Have a great day and stay safe, stay healthy, okay?